All right, one of the things about the Braves last night and that kind of ugly loss, and it sucked. And look, we'll talk more about this series tomorrow because it all gets cranked up. Now it's do or die for the division, right? Ain't no more messing around. It won't be because of the Marlins or the Nats or anything like that. It'll be what happens in this 3-game set. Braves are now a game behind after they stubbed their toe last night against the Nationals, losing 3-2 in extra innings on a ball that was at the guy's shoe tops that he hit for a single, drove in a run in extra innings, ball game, and good for them. One of the things that I really liked about last night, though, and this is going to be interesting moving forward when we start talking about next year, but Michael Harris, who has been all over the lineup at times, it seems like, but last night he hit third in that order. Now, when you look at Michael Harris's splits on the season, okay, and at this point, Michael Harris is going to win the Rookie of the Year, right? He's going to win the Rookie of the Year voting with Strider going down with the oblique and all that kind of stuff. Harris is going to win the Rookie of the Year, okay? But one thing I want you to look at, though, as he's hitting 300 with a 344 on base, 532 slugging overall, but his numbers against right-handed pitching. He's got 17 homers against right-handers. He's hitting 327 versus 252 against lefties. His on base is 368 compared to 288. So he's what? 75 points higher batting average. He's 80 points higher in his on base, and his slugging is 594 against righties, 288 against lefties. So he's got a 532 slugging. No, let me take that back. 594 slugging to 387 slugging against right-handed pitching. So he's what? 200 and just about 210 points higher in his slugging with a 962 to a 675 OPS. So his numbers are staggering against right-handed pitching. Can I tell you, and I know that this goes against wisdom and we're late in the year and they've had so much success with Grissom and Harris hitting at the bottom of the order, right? Way down here on the bottom. Can I tell you, though, I would love to see against right-handed pitching more of Michael Harris in the 3 spot. Now, let's look at this for a second, okay? Let's see. The Mets, who they're going to play this coming week. Trying to think, what hand is DeGrom? He's a lefty? Oh, no, he's a right-hander? Okay, cool. Well, what about Max Scherzer? Trying to think about what hand he is. Nope, he's a right-handed pitcher as well. Well, Carrasco, Taijuan Walker, what are they? Are they left? Nope, they're right-handers as well. So can I tell you that I would love to see Michael Harris against right-handed pitching and those splits, and especially this weekend, where you're going to see DeGrom tomorrow night, right? We'll talk more about that tomorrow, but DeGrom freed, right? You'll see Scherzer. Can I tell you? I know Olsen, I know Riley, I know the slugging and all that stuff that they bring. But against right-handed pitching, can I get me some Michael Harris in the 3-hole? Can I get some more of that? Can I have more of that, please? Can I have more gruel, please? Let me have some more of that. He's got the power. He's got the on base. He's got the speed. He's got the slugging. He's got everything you need. And look, Matt Olson, even though he's hit almost all of his home runs, I think it's 27 of his homers have been against right-handed pitching. He's still only hitting like 240 against right-handers. It's not like he's hit 327 like Michael Harris. He's still a 240 hitter against right-handed pitching. And Austin Riley's hit the majority of his home runs off right-handed pitching, but he's a 254 hitter against right-handers. And he's been a little bit worse than that against lefties, but okay. With all due respect to Olsen and Riley, can I get me Michael Harris in this series hitting third? I think that's the perfect spot for him. Think about all of that speed at the top of the lineup. Those, Ronnie, Dansby, Harris, they give you all the home run and all the big pop and everything, right? But where they kill you is all that speed on the base pass. To where Riley didn't have to drive the ball out of the ballpark. Olsen doesn't have to drive it out of the ballpark. Contreras, d'Arnaud, they don't have to drive it out of the ballpark. Those guys are just running around the bases like that, what was that Bugs Bunny cartoon, right? Dun 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 dun. They're just running around the bases, right? Scoring runs. I'd love to see, and I don't know if Snitker will do this. That's the thing. I don't know if he will continue to do this. Even when they get in the playoffs, though, can I tell you, when you look at the splits, the difference in right-handed versus left-handed pitching, drop him down. Cool. Put him back in that 9 spot. Let me have Grissom and Harris in that 8-9 spot. Because I don't think Ozzy's going to play. Ozzy's not going to play in the first round of the playoffs. You heard it here first. Ozzy's not going to play in the first round. If they're the wild card team, they're not going. He's not going to play in that wild card round or whatever they call that thing. I don't even know what the hell it is anymore. They got so many confusing layers of baseball playoffs. He won't play in that first round. It'll be, we headed toward the NLCS or whatever thing is. It'll be later on in the playoffs before you see Ozzy. I don't think he's coming back in a week and all of a sudden his hand's going to be better and everything like that. So while you're waiting on him to return and wherever you're going to hit Ozzy and this, that, and the other, left-handed pitching, Grissom and Harris, right down there at the bottom of the order. I'm good with all that. They've done enough. They've proven enough. But against right-handed pitching, let me get some Michael Harris up there third. I'd rather have him hitting third behind Dansby and behind Ronnie than even Riley or Olsen. And I know the big thing becomes, well, if it's Ronnie, Dansby, Harris, Olsen, you go righty-righty and lefty-lefty. And, Snitker likes to break it up and this, that, and pish-posh. Let me have my best hitters up there. Your best hitter typically hits in the 3-hole. That's why they wanted Freddie. That's why he spent all that time there. That's why Chipper Jones spent 20 years in the 3-hole. You want your best pure hit. And I know what you're going to tell me. Oh, it's a different world, Chuckery. It's a different baseball world. Okay, well, that formula is still – the formula that wins is still that formula that wins. Oh, Mike Trout hits lead off and second. Right, and they're the most dreadful franchise in the American League. They're the most overhyped, overblown franchise that doesn't win squat in the American League. And they have arguably 2 of the 3 best, if not the 2 best pitchers or players in all of Major League Baseball. Hell, they maybe got one of the 5 best pitchers in Major League Baseball. And you know what they win? Bupkis. So you can take your analytics and sabermetrics and metrosexual statistics and all that, miss me with all that. Give me my best hitter in the 3-hole. Right now for the Braves, that's the dude that plays center field. And we'll talk more about Michael Harris next week because he's going to win, I think, 2 awards. He's not just going to win rookie. He's going to win 2 awards this year. And we'll explain that because it's been done before in baseball. But for right now, can I get me some Michael Harris in that 3-hole? Let me see him against DeGrom. Let me see him against Scherzer. I know we're desperate and we got to sweep and we got to win. I want my best lineup out there. I want the guys who are hitting. This is where you can use splits and things like that. Against right-handed pitching, let me get the guy in there that's been crushing right-handed pitching. And by the way, 17 homers against right-handed pitching. He's got plenty of power to hit in that spot. And this will be interesting whether they sign Dansby or don't sign. If they don't sign Dansby, I think he hits second next year. If they sign Dansby, I still hit him third. I think he's going to be your best pure overall hitter. Olsen and Riley may be the guys that hit bombs away and clean it all up, but Harris is my guy. Let me have him more in that 3-hole. We thank you so much for making Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery your first listen every day. Make ATL Day 1s your second listen every day as my friends Jarvis Davis and Tanitra Batiste talk about all things in the heart of the city of Atlanta. They're free and available on our YouTube page at Locked On Sports Atlanta. Hit that subscribe button. Over 4,000 subscribers. We thank you greatly. Hasn't even been 6 months yet. We appreciate y'all so much for being a part of the community. Free and available to download on all your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify and Odyssey. Download us for free. Leave a 5-star review. Amazon Fire and Roku. I don't know what they are, but they sound great. Download us and check us out on those platforms today for free on there as well. And then hit me up on my personal Twitter page. That would be at JMCH316. We'll wrap it up. We'll preview Braves Mets. We'll preview Falcons Browns. All tomorrow as we wrap up the week. Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery, Locked On Sports Atlanta.